I'm Avi, that's my name. I'm 16, teenage girl, and I want to be able to journal. I want to be one of those people who can journal. It just doesn't work out for me. It truly just doesn't. Like, I have so much to say that I end up writing really, really, really fast, and I don't really sit with my thoughts. And I was like, what can I do instead of journaling that helps me kind of express what I want to say? And I decided I'm just gonna start making videos talking about what I want to talk about, because I have free will and I can, and I'd rather not be old and be like, wow, sometimes I wish I had started that cringy YouTube channel. So let's get into it. Let's do our first ever episode. Today I want to talk about something that has been taking up a lot of my computer's right here, just in case I need to fact check or anything. Taking up a lot of my brain space right now, and that's attachment styles. I hadn't really given them much thought. I didn't even really know they existed until they came up on my For You page. And so far, the ones I know about, I'm sure there could be more, are anxious, avoidant, and secure. And I'll look it up on my computer right now, like the exact definitions of all of them. But from kind of what I've gathered, avoidant is being fearful of love and being scared of it because it hasn't worked out for you in the past. And being secure is you're healthy, you feel you can accept this love, and you know how to deal with it. And anxious is scared of abandonment, being scared that your partner's gonna leave, and so you cling on to them and hold on to them. And they're all unhealthy except for secure. Secure is like you're good in a relationship. I'm gonna look it up on my computer right now for like scientific definition. Okay, this is what it says for anxious. A strong need for closeness and intimacy, but they often worry about being abandoned or rejected. They may be clingy or needy, and they may have difficulty trusting others. Okay, this is avoidance. A psychological and emotional pattern characterized by an individual's tendency to avoid emotional closeness and dismiss the importance of intimate relationships. Looking at what I've seen on social media, just from comment sections, from videos, because again, this has been taking up a lot of my brain space. So TikTok has been seeing that and putting it all over my For You page. I have seen avoidant getting more hate, I guess, getting more, like, people have had worse experiences with avoidant. I personally believe I am more of an avoidant. And I didn't even really know that I was until I looked up definitions and I saw what was happening on social media. And I think I've been an anxious before and I've been an avoidant. I've been both. And both of them are both draining for the person you're in a relationship with. Anxious, I've been with an anxious attachment, and I've also been an anxious. And when you are anxious, you feel like everything your partner does could be criticizing you, could be hinting towards leaving you, and just having that no sense of trust in your partner, and thinking everything they do could be hinting towards abandonment or rejection is very exhausting for the other partner. Because if you're constantly like, you didn't answer me for 2 hours, do you hate me? Your partner's gonna be like, oh my God, I feel like I always have to be texting you, and I always have to be with you, and I always have to constantly give you this connection, even when I could be exhausted and I can't. So I think anxious is just this need for emotional connection, and when you don't get that emotional connection, you freak out. And I think a lot of people need to realize that anxious attachment is just as damaging to a relationship as avoidant. Avoidant might, to be honest, be more shitty for the person you're in a relationship with if you're an avoidant, but anxious is still emotionally draining and it can still ruin a relationship. Seeing as I have been receiving it and giving it, it is draining. It's draining being the anxious, and it's draining being with the anxious. So let's get into the avoidant, which is so scary for me because I think I am the avoidant. Unfortunately, I wish I wasn't. I wish, now that I know about it, I'm going to be working on it. I'm going to try and figure out things that I can do to help myself not be this way and be secure. But let's talk about it. Avoidant people they get scared of the emotional connection. Because they maybe weren't given it during childhood. Maybe emotions were seen as too vulnerable, too fearful. So they learn to just kind of shut it all out and just keep it to themselves, which is why intense emotional connection and conflict can really scare them off. Avoidant ends up hurting really hard for the person who is avoidant, because you're like, wow, I have this awesome person who likes me, who is good to me, who's kind to me, and yet I still feel weighed down and overwhelmed and uncomfortable, and I don't feel like myself. And so it's kind of just this constant battle of like, I want love, but I can't accept the love that I'm given. Whoa, that sounded like a quote from Perks of Being a Wallflower. We accept the love we think we deserve. Oh, I love that movie. Sorry. Avoidant, I think, is really hard for everyone in the relationship, and it's really hard being the avoidant and being like, wow, I want this love and I want this emotional connection, but I just can't do it. I can't be what you want me to be. And so when I think an anxious and an avoidant come together in a relationship, it is one of the worst relationships ever. I mean, like, truly, 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 like, awful, because you have this one person who needs their space, and sorry, I got a text. You need this one person who needs space, and you need this one person who doesn't want space, and you need this one person who needs to be alone sometimes, and you need this one person that never wants to be alone. I think it just gets really hard having two separate sides. It just creates this really bad imbalance between the relationship where you have two completely different coping styles. I think communication can help the relationship. However, I'm moving too much. I'm in a rolly chair. I think separate healing needs to be done for them to exist together. Anxious needs to realize, yeah, anxious here. This is anxious. Say hi. Anxious needs to realize their partner can't always be there to reassure them. Wait, let me look up the definition of anxious again, because there's this one thing. Okay, they need to learn to trust their partner, and they need to learn that their partner isn't going to leave them just because they didn't answer their text in 2 hours. Avoidant needs to realize that they are capable and of love, and they deserve love. And they need to realize that connecting with someone and having this deep emotional connection, and then after 2 months, something snaps and you're just like, I don't like you anymore, is so damaging to anyone in a relationship. Avoidant needs to learn. We have avoidant and anxious. I think the main things you need to do to heal, if you're anxious or avoidant, is you need to realize that what your actions affect others. And you connecting with someone and being happy in a relationship for 2 months, and then boom, again, something snaps and you're done, hurts that person. and you need to realize that you're able to love. You can be loved. Anxious needs to learn to trust their partner. Trust your partner. They're not gonna abandon you. And if they do, sit with it. Just be like, okay, I'm okay. It's okay. I can be okay. Both of them need to realize this one can be okay in a relationship and be loved. And anxious, you have to trust, baby girl. Trust your partner. If they give you multiple reasons not to trust them, don't. But if they have said time and time again, I like you, I want to be with you, and you keep saying, I don't feel like you want to be with me, they aren't going to want to be with you because they feel the mistrust. Avoidant. Just let someone love you. Gosh. I just realized I've had this stain on my shirt all day and it's just clay. I threw on the pottery wheel in my class today. Anyways, I can't find the list, but I remember a couple of the things I wrote down. I remember writing down, don't act like people you don't like. Don't turn into the people you don't like. That's all. I guess that's kind of what I have to say. If someone did you wrong, I know there's always like, revenge is nice. I think no revenge is the best. It proves you are intelligent enough to just move on. I have a good example of this. There's a girl, I'm not gonna name. We talked for a little bit. She was really mean to me. Just not someone I wanted to be with in a relationship. We never dated, but we did talk. And I'm not gonna say what she did, because if she is somehow watching this, I don't know, I don't want her to know. Well, she is gonna know, it's her, whatever. She did me dirty multiple times. She did mean things to me. She just wasn't nice to me during the relationship. And she wasn't nice to me afterwards. She actually has started saying that we never even talked. We were only ever friends, but I was obsessed with her. So I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, this is like I'm talking too much. I don't know. Maybe you guys like it. But she has said many things about me that just aren't true. And once again, she said we never even talked, which, again, not true. I have a screenshot of her saying she liked me, whatever. And she wanted to get into this program that I've already been doing 2 years in a row. And at first, I was like, this is fresh when I learned that she was saying all these weird things about our relationship. I was like, wow, I should email the director and say, don't let her in. Because I'm close with the director. I'm not like, best friends, but I, again, have done this program 2 years. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be her. I'm not going to do something that she would do. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be someone that destroys someone else's chances. I was like, I'm not doing that. I actually ended up emailing the director and saying, this girl would be a good fit. Because for this program, she would be. It's an outdoorsy thing. She's a very outdoorsy woman. But just don't turn into the people you don't want to be. Don't do it. This is another one. Was working hard, even if it doesn't work out in my favor. If I'm working on something, I worked hard on it, I put all my effort into it, and let's say it's a school project and I get like a C, at least I can say, I did the hard work. Is it gonna feel fucked up and shitty that I put so many hours into this? Wait, I think I see the list. Hold on. It wasn't. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It's gonna feel fucked up that I put in all this hard work and it didn't work out. But for me to even say that I was capable enough to do the hard work should be enough for me. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna end today's video just because I feel like I've said so many things and I don't want to say more. Maybe I'll make another video and put more in it. But for now, this is all. I hope this gives you things to think about. Just you know, don't let them make you anxious. Don't let these thoughts scare you, but just sit with them. I hope that it makes you think. I like things that make me think. And I want to be that outlet for other people. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely day, afternoon, evening, week, hour, whatever you feel. Goodbye.